Hello, everyone, and welcome to Get Better, a show about two longtime friends trying their best, growing up, and hopefully getting better. I'm Zach Johnson.
And I'm Sam Cherry.
Hey, welcome back. How is Summer Sam doing? Well, almost Summer Sam.
I'm doing fantastic. Do you watch the television show Forged in Fire?
Forged in Fire. I do not. Can I take a guess what it is?
Yes, I tried to open a Wikipedia article and opened up a virus on my computer that showed me a sex game. So closing all of those tabs, not how I thought that was going to go.
I do not know how that would have happened.
Hold on. Let's get back to Sorry, we got interrupted.
Yeah, we got interrupted by hot singles in your area.
I was looking up NBC sitcoms Wikipedia, and then I found an article.
You typed in NBC sex games. I get it.
And it said worst NBC sitcoms, and I was like, oh, tight. Let me click that. Maybe that'll give me a really good list instead of going through the list of every single NBC sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
And then it sent me to a page that was like, are you a robot? And it had a picture, and I was like, oh, never mind. This site doesn't work. Let me get out of here. So I pressed back, and then it was just like reload, redirect, and then there were ladies' butts, and I was like, okay, close.
That all
close
happened
tab.
just right now?
That all happened. Yeah, it took about 4 clicks.
Man, that was a really intense couple of minutes.
It was. So I will never know what those shows are, what the worst NBC shows are. But
yeah, well, damn. So
anyway,
yeah, no, I do not know what. I don't know if Forged in Fire is, but I can take a guess. Does it have something to do with making swords?
It does. It is a competition reality television show about blacksmithing.
Okay, yeah, as in, it can't just be like not a competition. It can't just be, hey guys, we work on this. We're really proud of these things. No. It has to be.
No, it's an American television show.
Yeah, precisely. I'm curious. What's why are you bringing this up? What's the?
Well, it's on. Well, because I mostly just finished an episode. I started sort of hate watching or joke watching the show, but you know how much I love competition reality television shows. I got drawn into it, and now I know a marginal amount about blacksmithing.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. Here's what got me into it.
Okay.
There is a judge. His name is Doug Marcaida. He is one of the weirdest living people. He is the weapons specialist. Everyone on the show, but mostly him, everyone on the show to a degree has this kind of weird, like, suburban dad murder fantasy vibe.
Okay.
Because they they
do make swords. Yeah.
They make swords. And there's this thing called the kill test where Doug Marcaida will take the sword that they make and have a lifelike human dummy that he does cut open in several, like cuts the head off, tears the liver out, cuts the arms off, just sort of like brutally kills it and then says it will kill. And that's how you pass the kill test. Which is incredibly weird. Why I've enjoyed this show so much is because the blacksmithing is also objectively cool. It's these equal parts of like, man, the blacksmithing, very cool. What they're doing, super rad. And actually, I'd really like to learn. And then on the other side,
do you think that's if you were to like have a dream hobby, what do you think it would be?
Well, car mechanic would be my dream hobby. That would be my
car mechanic.
Yeah, I would do the hobby I currently do, which is work on cars.
Okay, okay, all right, that's good. I was surprised.
Let's
by
pretend
that.
I didn't say that, and then you go on with what you were gonna say.
No, I was just like a dream hobby. Like this is something where it's like, because I feel like there's only so many hobbies. Like there's hobbies that I see, like I just attribute them with like old people do them because it's like I'm finally gonna do it, and it's like I'm doing it. I'm flying this plane. I'm building a boat. Yeah, I'm flying this small plane. I'm finally doing it.
I knew a guy who did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
he remade
yeah,
a whole
like
plane.
be like a boat captain, something like
Yeah.
that.
I knew a guy who did that too.
Yeah, mine would definitely be pilot a small plane. That's up there.
It's cool.
There's definitely, I do not know the math for it, and I know that I know there's a lot of math involved, and I just couldn't do it.
To flying a plane?
Yeah, of course.
Is there math?
Oh, tons of math.
Math about what?
Math about, getting up in the air and like looking at all the dials and stuff, and then like, flying and whatever, and like making sure you're hitting stuff at the right speeds and everything.
Yeah, but like, you're not like dividing and stuff.
I don't think you're dividing, but like, you have to like,
Are you just saying it involves numbers? I don't think that counts as math.
I think that counts as math. Like, like when, pilots have to do like, I mean, like being an astronaut.
I think math is manipulating numbers. If it's just like this number and then this number, like counting is not math. Counting is counting.
Oh, well, at the same, I feel like, with all the atmosphere and all that stuff going on, there's just like there's a lot of math and science involved. I don't think it's my wheelhouse. I think it's someone else's
There's a lot of
wheelhouse.
math and science involved. I don't think there's a lot of math and science that you personally are doing while flying the airplane. Is my point.
One of our viewers or listeners rather, is like a small plane pilot, and they're losing their minds right now because
they listen to our show, so they're always losing their mind. But yeah,
you're disrespecting their hobby, or maybe
I'm not
their
saying
livelihood.
that flying a plane is not it's a very cool hobby and a very it's a skill. I just don't think you're doing math. You're not actively doing math while you're doing it.
I want to be the pilot from like Tailspin.
Sure.
The one that they have like a plane boat. I think those are the coolest boats.
No, you're thinking of DuckTales.
No, I'm thinking of Tailspin.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, the animation is very similar. Probably is the exact same people, but Tailspin is the one where they fly
bears,
around.
Right?
Yeah, there's a bear, and he flies around in a little like, I don't know, a bayou plane or whatever it's called.
Sure.
Yeah.
Surprised that, hey, good for them for not making it an alligator in a bayou plane.
Exactly, because that would have been too easy.
It's right there, but
yeah, and also they have to have some villain, and it's like back in the Disney days, you have to kind of choose what you're going to like what's going to have like human-like intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
Because there's still like, there's
You're talking about Pluto and Goofy. Is that what we're doing again?
Pluto and Goofy, but there's also, there's the crocodile from like Peter Pan,
Sure.
There's probably talking animals in that. I have no idea. Anyway.
I don't know if there are talking animals in Peter Pan.
But back to Forged in Fire.
It's a fantastic show. That's my whole point. Is there, again, I just thought the suburban dad murder fantasy part of it was really funny, but then I kept watching it and I'm like, oh man, that guy, his forge weld is not going to work for those Damascus billets and he's going to have some delamination. And then I looked at myself and I was like, holy shit, I really like Forged in Fire. Like 40 episodes in, turns out, really enjoy Forged in Fire, the television show. And my out is that if I got into blacksmithing, I could make tools and I wouldn't have to make swords. Swords are cool. Don't get me wrong.
I'm gonna look at man.
But I don't want to be the guy who spends the whole time like grinding my sword, thinking about like how I was, rudely interrupted by Dennis at the PTA meeting. Because that's the vibe I get from a lot of these guys. Is they're just like, oh, if the grid goes down, I swear to God, like that.
I'm gonna be the Witcher.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna solve mysteries and whatever.
Right, but if I made an axe and then chopped down a tree and then like chopped firewood with an axe that I made myself, like that'd be, or like a hammer or like a saw, like if I made those things out of steel, myself, that would be very cool.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those things where you think it's gonna be about like you have in your head Walter White style. It's like, I'm doing this to protect my family, and it's like, no, you're not.
I did it for me.
I'm looking up man killed by sword home invasion.
The QAnon guy killed his brother with a sword.
Sydney man killed with samurai sword after robbery attempt. So that's not even in America. A Sydney rapper had a toxic to lethal amounts of drug ice in his system when he staged a terrifying home invasion and was killed with a samurai sword.
Wow, that's so
what that was an adventure.
That
sentence. A Sydney rapper. I don't even. That is so.
Took
there he is. Sydney rapper. Okay, well, I mean, darn, that sucks. Definitely don't try to home invade people with samurai swords. Yeah, and this one says Sydney
No,
Man.
wait. I
Oh,
assumed
Sydney Man. The same guy, Blake Davis. I just doxed that dude. Found guilty of manslaughter. So same. It was like
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who had the samurai sword?
Blake Davis.
So, okay. So the other person wasn't home invading with a samurai sword. He was doing
I
a home
think-
the old B&E,
Yeah, I think
and then
he was
got
doing.
killed with a samurai
Yeah,
sword.
he was doing a B&E. But yeah, he was found not guilty of murder, but guilty of manslaughter. Okay,
think that should be a
I
crime.
guess that.
Wait a minute. He got in trouble for killing someone who was trying to rob him?
Yes.
that
Now
a
keep in
crime?
mind, this is in Australia, so they may have other things going on.
That's true. I don't know the law.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
I don't know the law in America.
Yeah,
I just didn't think that was a crime. I thought it was fair game. I mean, I don't want
Yeah.
to kill somebody in my house. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
I mean,
a weird suburban dad making
I
swords.
definitely don't want to kill someone in my house if I'm going to, have to go to jail for manslaughter for it.
well, that's true, but I'm just saying, I'm saying regardless of whether or not it's a crime, I just thought it wasn't a crime. If someone was breaking into your house and you killed them with your samurai sword, that was like, all right, all's fair in love and war. Like, we're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess not. Guess not, at least in Sydney. So watch out for
Weird.
that.
Watch out for samurai swords, I guess.
Oh yeah, he had to go through a very intensive psychological preparation for jail. That's so strange.
He went to jail.
He went to jail, and he is going to be
killing
sentenced.
a
He
guy-
was sentenced on February 26th of this year.
for killing a guy with a samurai sword who was breaking into his house.
Yes. Well, to be fair, a
rapper.
Sydney-based rapper. Yeah.
Sydney-based rapper.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. When is it? Weird. Yeah.
I thought
Davis-
that was fair game. I thought it was like, hey, broke into your house. I mean, you had to,
Yeah. Weird.
whip out your samurai sword.
Yeah. Quinn denied having any premeditation to the murder of the rapper.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
duh.
the guy broke into his house. He wasn't like, God, I hope this Sydney-based rapper breaks into my house so I can kill him with my
Man,
samurai
what I
sword.
would do if Speepaz, whatever his
He kept adding him on Twitter, like,
yeah,
man, look at all this stuff in my house that you could steal.
Yeah. Man, I really hope no one tries to get all my fucking Funko Pops. I can't wait.
Look
at all the- look at all
I
this-
just unmounted my TV. You can just pick it right up.
Wait, what the hell? This
I think you've read this wrong. This doesn't make sense.
this article is wackadoo because his partner, the person he lived with, his partner, was also sentenced.
What?
I need to actually read this. I'm zipping around too much.
Yeah. We're trying to
yes,
zip a zappa, but you're
Quinn.
like,
So here we go. So Blake, manslaughter,
Blake?
and then Quinn, his partner, was found guilty of being an accessory to manslaughter.
for being in the house when they got robbed, and then
And-
his partner did kill him with a samurai sword.
And then it says the pair hugged and cried in the dock after hearing the result, as relatives of McKee, the rapper, said, "Gotcha," in the public gallery. What?
What?
What the hell is going on?
Look, this is a this is like, I don't mean like a hot take as in like a new one, as in like I'm just getting this information, but like,
Yeah.
this seems like a miscarriage of justice.
Yeah.
He broke into his house high on drugs and he killed him with a samurai sword, which is very weird, but like,
Okay.
did they do more? Was it like he was in his house?
Wait. Okay. Maybe. All right. This is so strange.
This is an incredibly weird story. Those people shouldn't go to jail for that.
Wait. Maybe they should go to jail. I don't know.
Okay, maybe. I'm fine with
Yeah, 'cause
maybe
we
they
don't-
should, but what you've told me so far does not sound like they should go to jail.
Okay.
I'll edit around this. I gotta know.
Okay.
Fine, I'm gonna look up NBC sitcoms and try not to look at
McKee had a history of violent home invasions.
what is happening, dude.
And may have targeted the home because he knew the defendants were allegedly drug dealers. That is so good. I mean, yeah. I mean, you know who's a drug dealer. He has a samurai sword.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a samurai sword.
That's some like Quentin Tarantino shit. Like either he is like he's
but
like
regardless, you should be able to kill people who. Well, I mean, you shouldn't, but like, well,
yeah,
okay,
do your best.
You should not get in trouble if you kill someone who is breaking into your house.
Yeah,
and you certainly
yeah.
shouldn't get in trouble if someone else in your house kills someone who is breaking into your house. That shouldn't be a crime.
On trial for murder. They
Like,
went on trial.
The guy.
They were found guilty of manslaughter, but they went on trial for murder.
If he like executed him and made him do like harikari, like I guess I understand. But like if he just like chopped the dude with a samurai sword.
Not only
and
was
they were
he
like,
armed with
sorry,
a
you
threat to
should have
life
let
and
him.
other home invading equipment. Yeah, this is so strange.
This is no good.
Okay,
boss.
yeah. So I guess this is confusing because it says here that the brave young woman, Quinn, chased after him. So
Wait.
I guess he like did a home invasion, then got away, and then they like chased after him.
Oh, now you fucked up.
And
so they didn't kill him in his house. In their
no,
house.
I guess not. But the guy, the rapper, he had a replica gun pointed at her.
Yeah. I will tell you. I believe the letter of the law is once they step in your house, it's okay.
Now this is where things make it a little strange. After the alleged murder, Quinn and Davis spent the next 4 days staying in hotels before turning themselves in. So maybe that was a whoopsie.
Yeah, from what I understand of the law, if someone's in your house, you're square. Don't do it if you can avoid it. But I'm just saying, if they're in your house, you're square. But if they're, and maybe it's like on your property, so if they're like in your yard, but if they're not in your yard, can't go stabbing people with a samurai sword. So
So the prosecutor says this is a real sentence that a real lawyer who presumably went to law school really said. As unwanted as that invasion and robbery must have been, there was no justification for the murder of the deceased.
Well, the gun and the robbery probably seems like a good.
I love that. I love the intro to this. Like the first part to this is as listen, I'm trying to understand you. I'm trying to be there for you.
So you didn't want to get robbed.
Like I get it. As unwanted as this invasion and robbery must have been. Like it's almost like speaking down to them. Like
so, no, wait a minute. But Blake was the one with the samurai sword.
Yes.
So the woman who chased after him.
I don't know. I wasn't there. Like these things.
Well, I know you weren't there.
These things were written. Maybe I was there.
Maybe I was there.
The deceased knew the accused were drug dealers and specifically targeted the accused on account of their drug dealings. That's character assassination. That has
also is irrelevant.
That has nothing to do with shit. All right, come on.
It's also irrelevant. If you break into somebody's house, it's a crime. I'm not pro drug dealer.
So I guess that Blake and Quinn chased him down because he like got something.
Yeah, you can't leave your property and kill someone with a samurai sword.
Yeah, I guess.
Really can't do that.
Yeah,
okay.
So,
this is making more sense.
Yeah.
You cannot leave your house. And
you
can't
chase someone down with a samurai sword. That
does sound like a good law. I do actually. I'm okay with that.
Otherwise, that would happen all the time, you know.
Otherwise, people would just be getting sick. You know what they'd be doing? They'd all be amateur blacksmiths.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
They'd be making katana and was it katana? What is
it was a katana. Yeah.
No, it's a katana, and then there's the other one that's the bigger one. It looks up to the U.
I
know this from Forged in Fire, the blacksmithing show. Anyway. It seems the article for NBC sitcoms that I always look up is now deleted off Wikipedia.
Oh no, it's because they got overtaken by the the sexy websites.
I mean, perhaps. I'm just gonna look. Jennifer Slept Here is still here. Now let me just see if I can.
Oh, I know this joke is way too late, but I was gonna say the bigger version of a katana was a Buster Sword from Final Fantasy.
Yes, that
Dude,
is correct.
imagine somebody is chasing you down with a Buster Sword.
I think I could get away from someone who was chasing me with a Buster
Maybe.
Sword.
I mean, I don't like, you know, if
Nah,
they get,
those
if,
seem
if
pretty
they get
unwieldy.
you, if they get
Yeah.
you. All right, quickly go
Sure,
to
if
look
they
up Buster
cast-
Swords for sale.
They could cast Frozone, and that would slow me down. I don't play Final Fantasy.
Neither do I, but even I know it's not
It's not
Frozone.
Frozone.
Ooh, here we go. This is a life-size Buster Sword replica 1-to-1 scale. Let's have a quick guesstimation on how much you think this 1-to-1 Buster Sword costs.
Ooh, $1,300.
Actually, no, much less. It
Okay.
is $289,
I don't know how much swords cost.
which is no. I don't think it's. I mean, it's not a real sword. I don't think it's a replica sword.
Right. It'd be way too heavy. It just couldn't. I mean, unless-
no. It's 1-to-1 in size, but I think this thing may be made of like foam or something.
Got it.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate. I think that maybe NBC was like they thought we were coming for their jobs a bit with like all of the better ideas we had, you know. Because even
Yeah.
after we were done, even after we were done with that episode, we still were talking about Connected.
Yeah, I did send you a voice memo for some other ideas I had for the fake show
Yeah.
that we're not making.
Yeah, so we still were talking about that. So I mean, like that goes to show that like there would at least be an audience of two.
Yeah, we would be. I mean, we'd also be executive producing it, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
list of NBC shows. Give me a Wikipedia. What the fuck? I look at this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I look at this way. I am the most. There's a fandom,
Oh, that's good.
and then there's this pornography site that worst TV shows wiki. And then that's a pornography.
Is
site.
it an actual wiki? That cannot be a wiki.
No, it wasn't. I clicked on it, and it's some. Well, it was the robot page that was trying to give me a virus. When I tried to get out of it, it showed me pornography.
So that one is the worst TV shows wiki.
There's worst TV shows wiki hyphen.
Hyphen sexy singles. Hyphen
No,
Mirazi?
here, write this down.
Is it
E-
Miraheze?
No, it's Esternio. God, I'm so illiterate. ESTERINO GALIMBEERTI.
I'm just gonna whatever.
Look up
Yeah.
list of.
Yeah, I could not find that, but I did
List of NBC
find the terrible TV shows, and it is not that. I have some good ones here. Number 3 on this list is The Simpsons, so that's pretty
Oof.
good.
Woofaroo. They're really getting you.
Woofaroo. Yeah, I wonder if there's. Nope, just The Simpsons. That's it. Oh, never mind. It's doing a bit of an in joke here where it says seasons 11 to present, which is
Oh, that's
got 'em. You
Got
got
'em.
them. Also here we have the Pepsi halftime show. That's pretty good. We have crowd favorite Riverdale. That's good. And The Fred Show. Oh,
So now
and,
here's the thing.
Powerpuff Girls is on here, which is pretty good. All right.
dude. Here's the thing. I found this television show. It's an American comedy television show. On NBC. Started September 19th, 2018,
Ooh.
and concluded, tragically short, December 27th, 2018. It's called I Feel Bad. I can
Okay.
find a fandom page for it. I cannot find a Wikipedia. Do you remember last episode where I couldn't find a Wikipedia for Connecting either?
Hold on. I got you. I feel
Called
bad.
I Feel Bad.
I got it. I literally just found it so easily.
On Wikipedia?
Yeah.
I'm on the first, the whole first page. There's no wiki.
I will send this to you in
I
the robot.
literally typed in I Feel Bad Wikipedia, and I can't find it.
Goodness gracious. All right, let me send this to you.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
Then I'm a robot.
I'm working on it.
I'm one of the 9 people that have an account on Wikipedia,
Bang, gotcha.
and I can't get on Wikipedia.
I don't know, man. Maybe you're making too many wild edits.
I'm
you're
making
you're
no
making,
edits.
You're making too many edits to all of the 1984 shows about
That's
our
true.
podcast.
There it
And
is. Son of a bitch. Well, I don't know if this show's good or not, but I think I think I need to take my computer to a doctor to get it fixed for the Google machine being so bad. A script doctor.
Is anyone a doctor?
Yeah, it's a script, but script is like the computer script.
The computer script. I need to take it to a computer script doctor. I've literally no. We can't do this today because I have literally no idea if the show. I haven't read the premise of the show. It could be well, because 70% of those shows are just like, it's like dumpy man, hot wife, and he's got a son who's like 10, who's like kind of rowdy, and a daughter, and she's turning 16 and starting to date boys, and it's just like god awful boring, and they get canceled after one season.
Yeah.
I honestly, of the shows we always review, I respect them way more than the shows we don't review, because the shows we don't review don't even take a risk. My Mother, the Car, the Gun was at least like swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
But anyway, this show is probably just boring, and close tab. No script doctor today.
How's the patient, doctor? He's gonna make it.
Oh no.
Sorry, it took too long.
No, it's okay. Yeah, the only ones that I've heard is I was looking. I knew about this, and there's one that was on NBC, but I don't know enough about it. It's the Michael Richards show.
Michael Richards
from Seinfeld.
That's the one where he's cursed, right? Because of his ex-girlfriend.
He's cursed because of his ex-girlfriend. No.
Previous show we did.
This one stars Michael Richards as a socially awkward but talented private detective. So basically, this show is a precursor to Monk.
I see.
Yeah. But it only aired for 8 episodes. I guess that people were not ready for a show with someone that was in Seinfeld.
Kramer.
They were just over it.
Ugh.
The exact so we probably can't reboot that one. That's gonna be a little hard. And the same thing happened to Jason Alexander, who had a show right after Seinfeld as well, and it just it did not go over.
Jason the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy. Yeah, yes.
What's his name?
George Costanza.
George Costanza. We live in a society.
We live in a society.
He's the Joker.
Yes.
That's like a famous line that he says in the show. We live in a society.
Oh yeah, he does say that. Yeah, we live in society. Yeah, exactly. But
like the Joker.
No, people more closely associate it with the trailer from the Snyder Cut. Right before the Joker was like, "I'm gonna jerk you off, Batman."
Yeah. No, I know.
Which is my favorite line from the entire movie.
I don't think he said. I think he says, "Who's gonna give you the reach around?"
No, he says, "I'm gonna jerk you off, Batman."
Wait, are you serious?
No, he doesn't say that.
He says the reach around thing is fucking close enough.
Yeah. No, but it's like whenever I first heard that, I was like, "What the hell is happening?" Because all the stands on Twitter were talking about how it's like, man, I love that we're finally getting a scene between them where they're talking real philosophy.
All the screenwriters at once said, "Fuck."
Because they realized they were like, I'll never write anything better than this.
I'll jerk you off, Batman.
And I'll jerk you off, Batman.
That would be better. That would have been better than it. I mean, honestly, that would have been better than the movie we watched. If he just said, I'll jerk you off, Batman. That would have been like, oh, sorry, this is actually a good movie. That's funny.
It was. I was on the fence about this whole thing, and now it's a good movie.
Then he said, I'll jerk you off, Batman. I was like,
because
right,
it would really address all of the homoeroticism that Batman has been trying so hard to push down all the fans to go like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's one of those. It's an in between week for you and me.
Yeah, I know. I've been super busy. I've been trying to get a car for the first time in a very long time, and I feel like when I got
what happened to the last car?
I criggity crashed it, and so I crashed that. I crashed that boy.
It's just funny how you said it. Which car was that?
It was the 2012 Nissan Versa. It was.
My wife has a Versa.
Yeah, no, they're
I'm gonna
great.
I'm gonna cut that part.
Yeah, they'll find her. They're great. Versas are they're a great piece of tinfoil that I was driving around for a while. The reason I'm like kind of upset about it is I did get into a car crash, and the damages did
Oh.
come to about $3,000. And my insurance company was like, "Fuck no, baby," and they said, "We are not going to pay this much for this thing. So here's the deal: we're just gonna buy it from you."
And they gave you a check for $35 or
Yeah,
what?
yes, they gave me a check for $35 and a free appetizer at Longhorn Steakhouse, which I didn't even know they had appetizers, but apparently they do.
Well, it's three full steaks stacked on top of each other.
At Longhorn, yes, I guess.
Yeah,
you're
at
right.
Longhorn Steakhouse, they're appetizer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What happened to the car? I mean, was it the whole front just all fucked up?
Oh no. Yeah, the front got fucked up. It was the side. I got hit on the side, and the entire back
you got
door.
Mike Birbiglia. You told me this already.
Yeah, the entire back door was caved in, and
Yarf.
and yeah, the airbags didn't go off, which I was like, that's probably oh well.
Probably not ideal.
Yeah. So it was
That
pretty.
might
funny.
only happen with front end collisions. I'll be honest. I don't
Maybe.
know, but
I think in newer cars, I think they do a little bit better.
who
um,
knows?
But yeah, so I
They really sorted it out in the second Obama administration. That's when they really got those airbags figured
That's when they
out.
really started nailing that stuff.
They're like,
down.
look, we've got Obamacare now.
Yeah.
Now we can really
yeah,
fix
no,
these
yeah,
cars.
we have Obamacare now, and then a bunch of car manufacturing Republicans were just like, well, now we have to make them extra safe because you're not going to get any health care under this Satanist Obama.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
You know
how-
what? I think that's how cars work.
Yeah, how things were before had been better. That's why we didn't need seatbelts. Our healthcare was great before Obamacare.
Our healthcare was Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been looking for cars recently, and the one thing about shopping for cars is cars are really expensive. Some of the
Oh,
more
yeah.
expensive things that you routinely have to buy in life.
Well,
And,
you
routinely
routinely have to buy in line.
I routinely have to buy in life. But yeah, no. Now that I'm part of the bourgeois, I can afford way better cars and just be.
Yeah, I saw you driving that Lexus.
Yeah, I've been driving. Yes, I was driving that 1993 Lexus. But
You planted
Yeah.
those coffee beans into a money tree, man. You just gotta.
Yeah, money is the perfect place for shade.
I also listened to that album like yesterday, front to back. So one of the best albums ever made. Really,
Yeah,
truly.
what Sam and I are referring to is Good Kid, Mad City. Check out, turn off this podcast and listen to Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick
Oh, really?
Lamar.
It's way better than this. It's
Yeah.
honestly, and you can listen to the whole thing in about the time that it's going to take to listen to this episode. So, no,
Yeah.
seriously.
You
Cut
chose-
off the episode.
Yeah.
Listen
you
to Good
chose
Kid,
wrong.
Mad City. Come back.
Yeah, and then, so
So
I
welcome back. Great album, huh?
Yeah, no, it was.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's really great. Did you guys like the Maya Angelou part at the end? That was Maya Angelou. That was actually.
I didn't know that.
That was her. Yeah, that was really.
You know,
really
you can
incredible.
listen to the album's actually, it tells a story, but the story's out of order. The songs, those little interludes, turns out they're out of order. And if you really think about it or listen to it 75 times as you should,
Mhm.
they go in a pretty, with Shireen and all that.
Yeah. I don't think it's out of order as much as like the beginning is like the
No, it's
climax.
out of order.
And then because it's like when you're watching a movie and goes like, I never thought I'd be in this situation. How did I get here? And I think
I guess you're right.
because it's
But-
like he's getting
He's
in the
showing up to
in
the
the album that
house.
you all just listened to.
Which I assume he
he's
did.
getting robbed, and then it's just like, how did I get into this situation?
Right,
And
but then in the middle of the album, it happens again, and then like the last three
because
songs
it's
are
like
after.
it's like now you're all
Yeah, I
caught up.
Okay, I guess you're right. It's not out of order.
Yeah,
Well, it is out of order, but it's not like zoop, 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 zoop. It's like just the one song.
yeah.
Um,
It's the record scratch. Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got in this situation.
Yeah. But for one of the best albums.
Yeah.
Certainly of that decade.
Yeah, but it did lose the rap Grammy of the Year to Macklemore's "The Heist."
Did you ever see that article
Macklemore's
that came out
The
the same
Heist.
year? Where it was like the new king and queen of rap, and it was Macklemore and Iggy
Iggy
Azalea. I was listening to Good Kid, Mad City, and I thought about both of those things. It's like, damn, this lost to The Heist. And then I thought about that article. It's like, damn, I can't
Man,
believe they printed
they
that.
are
They were like allowed
always-
to print that.
Always looking for the new Great White
so-
Hope. They're always like looking for the
so
next
glad
Weird
Iggy
Al to
says
come
that.
and save the day.
Weird Al is good though. Iggy Azalea's garbage.
That's true.
Macklemore's fine. He's like a fine rapper. He's kind of a goofball, but like he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine, but he's not like, Lil Dicky or whatever. He's not like doing jokey jokes and being like, why is no one taking me seriously?
No, he's doing but he's doing. Okay, here's Macklemore. Like a third of it is good, a third of it is try hard cringe, and a third of it is like jokey cringe. So, but like a third of it he's got.
He walks so that Logic could run. Logic kind of follows the same sort of thing where like every once in a while, like he has that one song about suicide prevention, which is like good, but it's like, oh, this is kind of this is a little reachy. And then he also like within the same album will be like he'll do like a bunch of jokes, or he'll have a song called Super Mario World where he's like talking about how much he loves playing video games, and it's like we're really kind of getting all over the place here, aren't we, Logic?
Right, like where Macklemore, what does Macklemore say? Where he's like, I thought I was gay because I kept my room straight. tight. Glad you put this down. Hey, so you know how previously he tried, and I do appreciate that. About him. He's not
when he was writing that down, he was like, I'm saving the world.
So I have said to both you and the internet about how I like AJR. And
okay, now I know what I'm gonna talk about. Okay. I'd forgotten all about this, but the instant you said that, I'm back on. Okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna talk about, but please finish your thing.
Well, okay, this is the whole thing. So I do, and fucking come at me. I do actually genuinely, I understand the criticism. I do genuinely like The Click and Neo Theater. I like the albums. I've listened to them a lot. I know all the criticism. I've seen the Needle Drop review. I know people don't like it, and I understand why they don't like it. I get it. It's very like we're rich kids from Chelsea who are trying to write sad rap music about how we're sad, but we don't have any real problems. I get it. But, and I know you got a whole thing, so I don't want to get into it. Maybe some other time we can revisit my light defense.
This is going to be the AJR back half of the episode.
Okay, that's fine.
After I finish saying this very briefly.
Well, wait. I'm almost there. Their new album is one of the cringiest, worst things I've ever heard in my entire life.
Okay.
The fourth album, no good.
So one thing I really wanted to briefly say is I've been shopping for cars, and the design in cars are so random. Like you're spending like, several $1,000s on something, and you're just like, yo, why did you put this here? Like there was one car I was looking at. It was a 2012 Prius, and the gas mileage was very tempting, but the middle console is like, so you know how like there's like the middle console, and then there is separately the like TV, or like the radio and all that stuff, and then in between that is a space where you can set everything.
Like your cup holders, and also there's cup holders, like the and stuff.
In that space, there is like like the radio and the glove compartment are connected via a giant like tube, and it like makes it to where the space where you keep your cups and everything is underneath it. And there is like tiny little, like almost like cave entrance, like style thing where you have to like hide all
like hangs over.
It like hangs over where like you would put all your stuff. And I'm like,
what if you get a big gulp? You can't fit a big gulp in that.
You certainly can't. And you can't fit like your phone or anything in that little space.
Oh, it's
and
really small.
I'm like, why?
Are you saying the cup holders, there's a hang over the cup holders?
I am going to send you a picture of this because there is no way that I can do it justice.
Well, what it is they just have to make new cars every year. They can't just be like, no, this is the car. The car is good, actually, and just do it.
It's baffling to me why they make some of the choices that they do.
Cars used to be better, obviously. Cars obviously used to look better and be better in every way.
Yeah, but I think like the thing that just genuinely just like...
I don't have my phone. Oh, yeah, I do.
It gives me, I'm going to send it to you in the robot. It just gives me kind of like a confused little, like, I'm like, why is this happening? Because you recognize that people are going to be spending, several $1,000s on something. And so just make it like, make the car and then just the inside and stuff, just make it the same as like every other car, like, or just like, you don't you don't need to, you maybe need to reinvent the wheel to save on like gas mileage or whatever, but don't reinvent.
No, those parts, the inside or the engine parts. Yeah, okay, fine. But like,
yeah, but we kind of mastered the inside of the car. Like we're good on that. Okay, so what I've sent you
and
is
make
a
the outside
picture
cool
of
again.
the inside of the car. So as you can see, the glove compartment is like it kind of runs up into where there is like that little thing in the middle is the gear shifter, and it's on like a little joystick, and then underneath it is where you can set all of your little cups and things. It is so bananas to me.
What?
Yeah.
What am I looking at, boss?
Yeah, so I'm gonna send you another one. So that is, see, you can see it kind of like it like hangs over where the glove compartment would be.
Oh, this is not what I was expecting at all.
No, it's
Toyota,
so,
you have
it's
betrayed
so
me.
bad, and it's
so
like
bad.
and
this
it's
will be
in-
the cover art, obviously. So that
and
the
it's
fans
and
can
it's
see
and
this.
it's in like several generations of the thing, because I got in one of them and I was like, oh, this is
What?
weird. And then I got and I was like,
This is
oh, they
not
must have just
good.
had this as like a one-off. Like, this is such a stupid idea. And then I got in like a 2014 and I was like, oh, it's the same damn thing.
There's also
Like,
only one cup holder. There's one cup holder
yeah,
on the top
there
of the
is.
center
Yeah, there's
console.
one cup holder. Yeah, that's exactly right.
But what if there are two people and they both have drink? What if you just went
I
to
don't
a-
know. But also more importantly, because in like you'll see this when you look at the cover art, it's slanted in such a way where like you can't put your phone or anything there.
No, because you'd have to like dig under to get it.
Yeah, but you and like when you
Oh,
set
you
it
mean
down
the
there,
top part?
Yeah, like yeah, it's you can't.
Yeah, because you
it's
obviously can't put it on top part.
because it's slanted and it'll fall down.
I'm gonna make it the second image. So this second image is what you're
and if
looking
you
at.
put it on the under part, then
Yeah,
like
you
you
have to
can't
dig
see
for
it. It would be, and like you can see how easy it would be to
Idiotic.
just not have it there. It's
Does
baffling.
that not
to
have
me.
an? Okay, wait. I have another question.
Yeah.
It has a CD player.
Yes.
It does not have a cassette.
No.
It does not have an aux. Either.
It has Bluetooth, I believe.
What is stupid?
I know it is.
Cars used to be better. This is so stupid.
Yeah. So I was looking
Take
at
take
that.
the modern
and
interior. Take for example a Toyota Camry.
uh-huh.
I mean, look, if I can't have like the cars from the 50s, the Toyota Camry is the best car on the road. Right?
Yeah.
But okay, take the inside of a Toyota Camry, take the outside of like any car from the 60s or the
Mhm.
50s. Just like cool ass, weird cars with fins and cool lines, and they just look good. And like the cool headlights,
Mhm.
like all that shit. Give me that with the inside of a Toyota Camry and an electric engine. That's what I fucking want.
Oh,
That's
man.
what I want in a car.
Oh my gosh. I'm about to.
That's never gonna happen.
no. Yeah.
but that's
no.
that's what I want.
Okay, so you'd think, so the one I showed you right there, it was from a 2013. So you'd think it's like they'd make that and it's like, wow, what, like people would write letters like, hey, that was very stupid, never do that again.
So stupid and bad. Yeah.
This is an image from a 2015. It's
And
the
they
same
can only see that
damn,
second.
it's the
Oh,
same
that's
damn
the
thing.
same. That's the exact same thing. Wow, it's like the same picture.
Yeah. Anyway, it's wild. And so that was so as I was getting into cars, like the guy was like, so what are you thinking about and I was just like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And I was like, and I'm letting you know, this is the deal breaker. Like for this reason and this reason, I'm not going to buy this. Like I will never buy this car. And it was like, and then so he was like, we were like back and we were talking, like going over notes, and he was like, so like kind of going back to that. So it's like, what if the price dropped to, I was like, the price could drop to $399. You will not,
whatever money I would save, I'd be on
you
fixing
will
the interior.
not catch me like with this stupid middle console.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it is absolutely wild. It is
horrendous.
the silliest thing in the world, and I'm so glad that I was able to like get
Is this
into
what
the
all
car.
Priuses look like on the inside?
Most of them, yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! That's
Yeah.
why people should be making fun of Priuses. Not all the other.
No,
People
yeah.
make fun of Priuses all the time, but like this
And
is what they should be making
here's
fun
the
of.
thing. I found this
Holy
one.
shit.
It is for several $1,000s more. It's a 2016. It's like for way out of my price range, but it doesn't have that thing. And I think I am a conspiracy theorist here, where like And so I will just, this is just for your sake, just audience, just imagine a normal ass middle.
Just imagine it didn't look like the thing you're looking at.
Yeah, just imagine a non-alien, non-weird thing. So
imagine your car, what it probably looks like.
So this is the one from the same year I just showed you, 2015. But
Sure.
look, middle console, totally fine.
The middle console is down, level with, there's the part where you can put your arm, and then it swoops down, and it's level with the gear shift.
As the Lord God intended. Like,
Yeah, like every other fucking car.
Like every other fucking car.
Doesn't swoop up to the radio for some reason.
It's so wild. So when I saw that,
Oh my God, that's
the
horrible.
guy, he was like literally showing me all this stuff. And also when you're at those car dealerships,
Have you sold one of these? Like,
I don't know.
who
Like,
would buy this?
yeah. Well, when you're at car dealerships, they just they'll like do a thing where they're just like, and this is in this car too. And one of them, we were looking at like SUVs, and he was like, so like this has 4-wheel drive. And then at that point I was like so annoyed. I was like, when the fuck would I need 4-wheel drive? Like,
You didn't say fuck to the man, did you?
and I was like, when am I gonna need 4-wheel drive? And he was like, well, say, because I had said, he like asked me what are things I'm interested in. And he was like, I was like, I like going camping and stuff like that. He's like, say you want to be like in the real wilderness, and I was like, and I'm gonna drive my car off the road and then like
you
go
a maniac?
like go into the woods, like
Yeah, I'm
no.
not buying a truck or a Jeep, but I would like to drive off road. Can you get that for me? Why would you put 4-wheel drive in a compact?
Yeah, no, well,
God,
no,
I
it
should
was,
be in charge of everything.
it was so weird because he was
stupid.
just like, now this will decrease the gas mileage. Like he was saying something like, yeah, well, so these are not going to have as good gas mileage, but that is because it's a 4-wheel drive. And I was like, why did they do that?
You might as well be telling me like it can also drive underwater. Like, cool, I'm never gonna use that feature.
Yeah,
but it
don't
will
worry.
electrocute you every time you get in the car.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like-
pretty bad deal. I don't want to.
Don't worry, I will not be doing that.
I actually don't want to get electrocuted for the chance that I could drive my car into a lake. That sounds like a bad deal. So.
Yeah. So it was like, he said something like, oh, you know, like you can like on some of those like really snowy days. And I'm like, like when I'm in like Minnesota, like what are you
What are you
talking about?
You are in this town too. The
Yeah, it
winter
was-
just passed.
Yeah, it was really, but it was like, I love just having to deal with like
Well,
people
the
that
thing
are
is-
actively being like, oh, don't worry, like this is actually a cool thing. And it's like, hey guy, I'm assuring you this is not a cool thing.
I'm proud of you because the thing is, the last time you bought a car, I remember you told me you had to bring a friend because you were
Yep.
going to get swindled.
Yep.
And it sounds like you've had a lot of growth vis-a-vis cars.
Well, yeah, but this
That
one,
you now
like,
could tell him, no, don't swindle me on this 4-wheel drive guy.
no, it was just like the oddness with which he he was like, well, let's go look at this. Let's go look at this. And I was like already like so like the instant that I got inside the car and I saw that middle console, I just started laughing. Like I was just
Yeah,
like
because it looks so horrible.
I started laughing, and he was like, "Oh, like so, how do you like?" And I pointed to it, and I like grabbed it, and I like kind of like shook it, like, and I was like, "What is this?" And like,
What is this?
What is this?
That
And he
yours
was
sound like you were wilding out at this place.
and then he was like, "Oh, well, it's a great thing you can stick something underneath here." And I like stuck my hand down there and like waved it around, and I was just like, "No!" Like, it was because I think it just like it caught me at such an odd time.
I mean,
where
it
I
looks
was just like
terrible.
I had like I because I was like I've looked at the picture of like all of these cars, and I unknowingly was just like, my brain was glancing over this middle console thing because I could not conceive of it until I saw it. Like my brain was not allowing me to like have to register it because it was like, oh no, that's impossible. But anyway, yeah, so that's all I wanted to say about the cars, but I
I'm
do want to
glad you
get
brought it
back
up.
into AJR.
So my mild defense is that they are an okay band and they have 2 pretty good albums.
Okay.
I believe you have thoughts about AJR.
No, I don't have thoughts about AJR as much as I have like kind of just like a weird, it's not even like, because I was going to text you about it, but it's like, it's not even, it's an observation that
Okay.
like once you observe something so many times,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like, all right, what's happening?
Yeah.
So I have Welcome to Get Better, a show where we try to get better. And so one of the ways that I'm trying to get better is I have been going to the gym a lot this past year. I'm trying
Brag.
to be a bit more physically fit, as well as just like, healthy and knowledgeable about my own self, whatever.
Sure.
Anyway, I have been going to Planet Fitness, and at Planet Fitness, it is the best place in the world because a lot of very strange people live or just work out there.
Or live there.
Or live there, probably.
I used to go to Planet Fitness.
But one of the things that I've noticed is they have this like Planet Fitness radio, and they will like play music videos at the same time as there's playing music, and the music is pretty. They cycle through a lot of the same songs, and there's songs you would think of, but they're not
Sure.
they're not gonna be like cycling through like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard or like
Yeah.
any like
Or even
it's-
like classic rock. It's like modern-ish.
yeah,
pop.
it's going to be Dua Lipa as well
Yeah.
as Harry Styles and like Katy Perry. But one thing,
gym music.
yeah. But one thing I've noticed is they will play, and this is something I noticed where they'll only play one or two Harry Styles songs, and I'm like,
Okay.
that's fine.
Watermelon Sugar.
They play one Dua Lipa song, and
The counting
they
one?
play. I have not listened to AJR of my own like my own accord, but
Sure.
they play AJR in that gym so much, and it's always like a different song. It is
Really?
like from either this, like every single off of this album, or like
God, I
over
hope
the
not.
course of their entire discography. They are I know them all. Like I see them, I'm like, these three clowns again. And it is like more often than not a music video that I do not recognize. And I'm like, how many AJR songs do they have in the catalog that they keep playing over and over again? I even like to this point, I have looked up Planet Fitness AJR, like, and just to try and see if maybe there was like
This is a
some
thing.
sort of like deal that they like went through, because no other musician is getting this much airtime. It is always AJR. Not even
AJR, Fitness,
BTS.
and
There is
Maintenance.
one
No,
BTS
sorry.
song that plays, and I know that they're the biggest band on the planet, but it is like it's not only the amount with which they play them,
Sure,
but
sure,
it is the variety of their songs. That is what is throwing me off the most.
Could you tell me what the music videos look like? Because
It's these three clowns.
I know it's the
Just,
three clowns, but what happens in the music video?
There's one where it's them, like they're riding bicycles, they're having a rip roaring good
Okay,
time.
That's from the new album, yes.
There's one
Called Bummerland.
where it's the one, the here we go, that one.
Oh shit, what is that one?
I don't know.
Uh,
But there's one where
that's
it's
from the third album or the
it's
second album.
constantly zooming in and out on their faces, but it'll like zoom in and then it'll zoom out. They're at a table, and then something wild
that's
is happening.
Bang. That's from the new album.
Yeah. Wow, with a bang.
Here we go. What is that? Oh fuck, I know that. It's one of their big songs. I think it's from the second, but I don't know.
Yeah, so it's that, but like most of them kind of like glaze over to me because it mostly is like their kind of brand I've seen is like the like look at us. Like we're quirky and like we're three like hot looking like dorky dudes and we're like just doing some silly stuff. So like most of them, the one where it's zooming in and out of them, I've seen that one several times, and then one of them like riding bikes, I've seen a bunch of times. I'll
I
have
think
to like,
Here We Go and is also the song Bang.
yeah, no, it is.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to
but
place.
I'll actually have to watch their music videos just
Please.
to like compile a list. I'm just saying this to you now, is it's something that I've noticed, and it is
That's weird.
like definitely a thing where you're the only person I know who is an AJR apologist, apart from I recently went to this birthday party and we were like, hey, let's listen to some
think you
music. And then
told me
she was
this.
like, we're going to listen to AJR's album, and it's going to be the full album.
Which album? Gotta know.
I don't know. Let me look it up. It was The Click.
The Click. That's one of the ones that I like.
Yeah. So
You
we
can hate
listened-
it. That's fine. I know people do, but that's one.
That's
That's
fine.
the second album.
That's fine. Well, we listened to that we listened to The Click, and it was it was a good time. The funny thing,
Sure.
I only know AJR from, they have this one song called
The Jam.
I'm Ready, where
Yeah.
they splice
From the first
in
album.
SpongeBob. And this is from 2013. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Thematically, it really fits in with what they're doing, and it's not a good theme, I would say. If I get to my
2013.
point of what's wrong with them, it's not that weird that in 2013, when they were grown-ass men, they did do a song about SpongeBob.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
here we go.
Here we go. The one thing I have noticed about all right. This is what I think has happened. I'm putting this into the ether. Let's see, where's that friggin' Bang song? Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we fucking go. Netflix Trip, that looks like a fun song. That looks like a good time.
Pretty cringe.
Where is Bang?
It's on the 4th album.
Which is Neo Theater?
No, that's the 3rd album. You're looking at the 3rd album. The 4th album is OK Orchestra.
OK Orchestra. Okay, well, maybe
One of the
OK
worst
Or-
albums I've ever heard in my entire life.
OK Orchestra came out, let's
this
see,
year.
March 26th. So maybe like I have just caught them at a time where they're like really, really throwing out like
Throwing out
a
money,
bunch
yeah.
of their stuff all at once. Just
Well, those
to,
two music videos came out over the last couple months. Bang came out maybe 6 months ago, and Bummerland, which is the bicycle one, came out.
Yes, Bummerland.
3 minutes ago.
Yes, that
Not a
is
very good song.
exactly what
Bang is
that's
probably the best
called.
song on that album, and maybe the only one that you can actually like get through and listen to.
Ah,
I don't
yes.
actually know if I finished the album. It was
Bummerland.
so
That's
bad.
exactly what it's called. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. that
Bummerland's pretty bad.
was- Yeah. So let's give your brief review of OK Orchestra. Why did
It's
it
garbage. Okay, so here's why Neo Theater specifically does get a pass for me. I like about half of The Click. I think it's pretty good.
Okay, so the Click gets a pass. The
Click I like, but Neo Theater is the
Is
one that
like-
I actually think is a good album.
okay, so
The
Neo
third
Theater.
one is a good album.
Okay.
The
all right.
fourth one is maybe the worst album I've ever heard.
Okay.
Okay.
This guy looks like Jack Antonoff.
He does. Probably why initially I thought he was good. He is the middle brother. He's Jay. I don't know
Oh,
what
they're
it stands for.
brothers.
They're all three brothers. It's and their
Oh.
initials are from youngest to oldest, A, J, and R.
Got
I
it.
do not know what those letters stand for, but I know that the middle, that's how it is. So the youngest, the singer, is A, and then the middle guy who does a lot of the electronic beat making stuff is J, and then
Adam,
the
Jack, and
instrument,
Ryan. Those are
Adam,
some
Jack,
boy
and Ryan,
names.
and then Ryan is the third, and he does a lot more like guitar and bass stuff. Anyway, so the main criticism of them is that they're rich boys from Chelsea who really don't have any actual problems and are kind of stuck in this state of Arrested Development where they like can't actually grow up. And so everything is, it's like when you see people on Twitter where they'll like be criticizing a parent who is like the same age as them for how they're raising their child, but they don't realize how weird it is that they're identifying with the child and not with the parent. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
yeah.
you're 30. It's kind of weird that the only way you can process these events is as a child and not like as an adult. Like that's weird. And they kind of do that where like, I think when their first album came out, the age spread was like, I want to say like 19 to 25. So, still in your teens and like mid 20s. And the criticism is basically that they don't have any real like depth of topic, and they just kind of talk about like everything as if they're children, but they're really not children, and it's just not a lot of. Okay, the reason that Neo Theater gets a pass from me is that the premise and theme of the album is about the liminal space between childhood and adulthood, specifically framed through graduating college. So it's about, a lot of the songs are sort of about, and the whole framing of it as this like theater performance is about
It's a
Graduating.
companion piece to a Helplessness Blues.
Yeah. The college dropout. Within that framework, talking about things both from the perspective as an adult and also from the perspective of a child, and grappling with that space of growing up, which again they wrote, I believe they were between the ages of like, I want to say like 22 to 27, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I might be getting these ages wrong, but there's somewhere in there where like the youngest brother had maybe just graduated college, the oldest brother was not yet 30. So it was kind of like, okay, they're all like either starting or ending that phase of life, which you and I at least have, I don't know about our viewers, but you and I at least have both been through, where like, while I don't think it was eventful enough that I would write a piece of art about it, whatever, it's something to talk about, where, you're like growing, like no longer a child, not yet an adult, right? What is it? No longer Bart, not yet Homer.
Yeah.
But again, framed through the moment or the process of graduation. And so they go back and forth between the two. And I think the music is pretty good. So a song like Don't Throw Out My Legos, which again, with their whole discography is kind of cringe, but I think is a fine song, is like, okay, you are framing, the song is about moving out of your parents' house and getting your own apartment. And what he's saying is, don't throw out my Legos, because maybe I'll fail as an adult and I'll have to move back home, and I'll still be back home with you.
Well, there's like a Chance the Rapper line that's like, my grandma's couch is like the safest place, but my greatest nightmare, or something like that.
You're thinking of Childish Gambino, but yes.
Oh, okay.
Grandma's couch, my greatest fear and fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, a shorter and better way of describing that.
Yes, but they wrote a whole song about it. It's fine, and again, within the framework of the album, fine. The problem is that grows a little thin, and sometimes if you have more to say, then you can get away with songs like that. Now, something like Netflix Trip, which is a song all about how this person, their greatest friend in life was the show The Office, and that's what taught them how to love people. And
Nice.
You can't say it's just a show, because like when my grandpa died, I hugged my mom the way that Michael hugged Pam or something.
Good.
Yeah, that kind of shit. You're like,
Good. Oh no, now I know why. I know why our generation is hated.
That's not.
Yeah, maybe
You can get away with the Lego song if like the rest of the album is pretty good. And I think again, it's not the best album I've ever heard by far. I mean, it's not my favorite album, but I like it. I'm like, yeah, this is good music. And I'm a dumb guy. I'm not like a music critic. I don't know that much, but I just like, oh yeah, I like this. It's good.
Yeah.
And again, the framework of it and the theme throughout is more coherent. So I'm like, okay, fine, that's good. But again, they just keep getting older and keep getting older and keep not really having anything to say.
Mm-hmm.
And OK Orchestra,
which is obviously a reference to OK Computer.
Oh, you know what?
I don't think it is. Maybe it is.
Might
I don't
be.
know.
I have no idea. I don't.
Yet.
It never comes back up. But anyway, is a fourth album all about being a kid. Like, there's literally a song called Humpty Dumpty, and it's fucking unlistenable. And I don't know why maybe just because I really like. Maybe it's honestly, I'm not saying this is a joke. I mean this 100% seriously. I've already prefaced I am a dumb guy. Maybe I was just automatically drawn in by any album that frames itself theatrically, because Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is one of the greatest albums ever made. Yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good framework for an album, and is a good and smart and is cool, and you should do that. And I like that framing. And like maybe I don't know, but I liked the other album. And The Click has some good songs on it and blah blah blah. The first album, man, it's fine. It's like Living Room Sessions or something.
Mm-hmm.
But man, you just like you said about once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once someone gets in your head, it's like, yeah, these guys are just rich man-childs who like complain about not being able to go back to their parents' house because their parents have like a townhouse in Chelsea. Like
Yeah,
these are incredibly rich kids. And so it really frames it different when they're like, man, it's so hard being on your own. Like,
well, yeah, it kind of, I guess to some degree, it doesn't really, like, there's like, one of the things about making art is sometimes even if the artists themselves are not relating to it, they are reinforcing that sort of thing.
no, but you notice, but then when a song called Humpty Dumpty comes out, you notice it a lot more. Or Netflix Trip, where you're just like, read a book, dude. What the fuck are you talking to me about The Office for? Like, this sucks.
Maybe they like, they got their bag and they're just like, all right, I'm going to keep beating this dead horse until it stops spitting out money.
That's the other thing. And The Click is an example of this too. They write a lot of songs about how they're really not that successful and like it, quote unquote, doesn't bother them. Like they have a song called Not Famous. Or Not All That Famous. I don't know. They do
10 million monthly listens. Yeah.
They spend, is that not a lot?
No, that's 10 million monthly listens. They're doing fine. Like they're affording some Warby Parker glasses, They're not wanting for anything.
Okay, fine. And again, their family is incredibly wealthy and they all, I think, went to Columbia. So like they're fine. I believe, Google it, but I believe the college they graduated from that they talk about is Columbia. So yeah, I mean the intro. So they do an overture at the beginning of those two of The Click and Neo Theater, and I like that where they basically like it's a medley. I don't think it's actually an overture. I don't think that's what an overture is. I don't know. Maybe it is, but it's like a medley of all the songs on the album that are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And
they tricked you.
Well, they do it in the most recent 3 albums. And man, 5 seconds into the OK Orchestra one, I was just like, this is cringe. This is so bad. Like, just listen to it, guys, but like,
oh man.
And again, this is coming from a guy who really liked their last album. Like,
even
after I heard all the bad reviews. I heard all the bad reviews and I was like, all the 1-star reviews, and I was just like, nah, dude, I like this. Like, I like this album. I really do. And I still do. I still listen to it. I like Neo Theater. I think it's a good album. But OK Orchestra is a piece of shit, dude. It's so bad.
Can't wait.
It's not a good album at all.
I'm so ready.
So I'll
listen to him in the correct order. I'll listen to him. I'll listen to The Click, the Neo Theater. I want to build to this disappointment. I want to build to this X-Men 3: The Last Stand. I want to really feel it.
I would do the 3. I would do The Click, which is like fine. Neo Theater, which I think is really good. That's one you really do need to listen to front to back. But
I'm gonna listen to him in order. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Click, Neo Theater, then OK Orchestra.
And I will finish OK Orchestra because I actually I think I got to Humpty Dumpty and I was like, I can't fucking listen to a song about I'm a grown ass man. I can't listen to a song called Humpty Dumpty. Like, I actually can't. I've got a wife and bills and shit. I can't listen to a song called Humpty Dumpty. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't wait. Well, anyway, that's our show. Thank you all so much for coming to Get Better. If you want to find more of our stuff, you can find us on Instagram at Get Better Podcast. That's at Get_Better_podcast. You can also find us on YouTube at Get Better Podcast. We can find our full episodes as well as clips you can share around. If you're listening to it on Spotify, please continue to do so. There's not really a rating system in place, but just the listens are helpful enough if that's the podcast platform you use the most. But if you are listening to us on iTunes, if you could leave us a rate and review, that would be super helpful. And if you want to meet us, please do not.
Don't.
But if you want to reach us, you can at meetthefockers2 fockedup@gmail.com. That
you know what? Even for that, this week, don't. This week, it's not. Don't reach us this week.
Okay.
Every other week, you can. But don't meet us. Don't reach us.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Do you think we should also, do you think we should also give them our Twitter handles, our secret Twitter handles? But
mine's a secret.
Exactly, mine's a secret too. So if you find us, great. Neither of us are using our pictures as our avatars, so good luck.
Or names.
Yeah, so good luck. But that's all I have. So see you guys next week.
All right.
See you. Bye forever.